If I can first begin just by thanking NGIC for giving us, the World Academy, the opportunity to hold this session. I hope it will become a standard, and I hope we'll become more effective at engaging everybody in a dialogue, not just giving speeches. And I know there are so many voices that wanted to come in on every session, so I hope we will do that too. We began with the idea of turbulent times. I think what I've heard today is that each of us individually is going through a psychological grief process. This was described by a psychologist and captured as the Kubler-Ross process of grief. Apparently what happens is when you go through a trauma, you first go into denial, then you go into anger, then you start to bargain with it. Some of us then give up and go into depression, and some of us come through and we get into acceptance. I hope this was a session where we've arrived at acceptance, because without acceptance of reality as it is, there is no way forward. Gary began this very well by pointing out to us that the process we've been going through of mass social change involves us stepping back, going backwards, because there were unaddressed issues. And those unaddressed issues are the reason why we have the problems we have. We do not have shared values. We tried. The UN was our best shot at trying. We kept trying. The fall of the Berlin Wall, as Gary said, was another opportunity to try for unity. We tried again with the SDGs, and we have inexorably made progress, but we get set back because we did not break through. And so we have this unfinished business to do. I think if we exchange emails, we will find that there are so many answers that came up today. I would encourage you to email Gary and myself. The last time we did this last year, we took all the inputs and we tried to distill it into a document that described these turbulent times as the basis of us coming up with solutions. I listed many, many that came up today just in the day's dialogue. So I encourage you to write into us with those solutions and ideas. Technology came up many times, and I think I put it rather starkly that we're an age of systemic change, and this technology can unlock everything for us and also at the same time set us back because it captures our minds and it divides us. This also is a process. I'm pretty sure we're going to be polarized at extremes. We will fight each other. We will destroy a lot before we decide that the technology is also the key to unlocking human potential, solving the planetary issues that we spoke about, and allowing us to move forward. And so it is a process. It is a process we cannot just watch. We need to participate in. The narrative, therefore, will change, as we've heard. And I think we arrived at one of the most important conclusions, which is that it is about consciousness. If we are not aware and conscious of what is happening, we are victims. But if we dig to the root cause, we have not elevated human consciousness, shared it with each other to create a unified force that allows us to evolve to something that is a better version of our species. And that is probably the essence of our challenge going forward. If we do that, we have a shot at avoiding the trauma of this civilizational shift that we're going through. Every civilizational shift has this trauma, and if we look back, it would have been there as we moved to farming, and then farming to industrials. Every peak of humanity in those previous shifts thought they were the peak. They were the power, they were the money, they were the ideology, and they would prevail. And everything they stood for was destroyed so that the civilizational shift could happen. And that is true of everything we own today. It will be destroyed and torn down so something new can replace it. And that process is painful. We hope that the leadership will also emerge to find a way to accelerate it so that we don't do too much destruction before we get to the other side. But we're in that process of a creative destruction that can be quite horrible and can lead to great wars. But I hope we do find that peace, because on the other side, the technological breakthroughs where you have an AI backed by a quantum, backed by a fusion technology, with materials developed with nanotech, with the ability to recast genes to save us from all sorts of things but create horrible things too, and virtual realities to allow us to escape this world and learn and come back. That's not that far away. The foundations of that science are all here. In the next 2 decades, this is a revolution. And the idea that we were already the peak in our factories is a fallacy. We were just the peak of that period. And this scientific shift is happening, and technologists are seizing it and rolling out solutions. What we lack is the consciousness and the leadership to make sure that it has a peaceful ending without another Third World War necessarily. But I hope we'll figure that out too. Thank you very much, and I'm so happy everyone came together to do this. Thank you.